Good evening, everyone. This is your host, Living Dead Cat, with another episode of an art and mental health stream. I'm going to give you guys a little bit more time to get everybody in here, and I will go ahead and little intro piece. I'm going to go ahead and post the Discord channel server. If anybody is 18 or up and wishes to join in, hey Jackie, great to have you. If anybody wishes to join in through the Discord server, you have 18 and up. It is an 18 and up server, and it is where you guys can join in the conversation. If you don't want to use the text function of chat or anything like that, go ahead and give that link a click and join in. So I have a QR code on the right hand of the screen there that is a link to all of where you can find me, all my social media stations. Reach out to me if you need somebody to talk to or just to listen. So I have a store for purchasing the dragon eggs that I've been making or any other art pieces that I get any commission requests for, or any others that I put up. I haven't put up everything, and I'm still working on how to do the commission editions because I've got a lot of pre-mades on there, but I know that's not what everybody wants. So I'm still working on getting the commission information there, but you can use the Ko-fi.com site. You can Discord, Twitch, Twitter, Facebook, any of the other locations on the QR code to get in touch with me to ask for any specs on a dragon egg as well. I also have a GoFundMe and a goal donation settings on my store. I have split them evenly to $4,000 a piece because my surgery that I pretty much last resort to getting is $8,000. And thank you so much to everybody who has already donated. I see a light at the end of this tunnel now, and it's amazing. Thank you, each and every one of you. So tonight's stream topic will be finding your community. This is more than just finding some support group or something like that. I mean, that can also be included, but this is your support group. This is your safe place and people to be around. This is your personal community for your mental health growth and journey. And don't forget to follow and turn on notifications if you would like to receive any updates on when I will be going live. I also post on a fairly regular basis on Twitter for when I will be going live and what the subject for the topic is going to be. And yeah, so let's get this started. Let me go ahead and pop over into the group talk channel in our safe spaces section of the Discord. So far we've got Chef in here. Hi, how's it going?
Sorry about that. I thought I was going to miss the intro, but due to my body telling me, hey, you go to the bathroom, right?
Well, I hope we didn't catch you in the restroom.
No. God, I love getting older.
Yeah. And hi, Jackie. Great to have you here.
I will. I am finishing noms.
Well, you nom away. It's a good day today. I had a good day. I hope you had a good day. I hope everybody had a good day. Hi, Peach. Thanks for joining in the chat. It's great to have you. And...
Oh, I had a fantastic day.
Oh, that's wonderful. I hope that's not sarcasm.
No.
Okay,
I actually
good.
I got really good news from my doctor, so.
Heck yeah. Let's talk about that in a little bit, I hope.
Yeah, and if you feel like sharing, go ahead.
Yeah, no. So my hormone levels are finally where are for the most part right where they need to be. So looking for between, 60 and 200. I'm at about 139 for my estrogen, and my testosterone tanked, which they weren't expecting, but they're not mad about.
Yay.
And when I say it tanked, I was starting at about 400 to 800, give or take the day. It dropped to 55.
Oh, wow.
Like it's like I started taking that estrogen, my testosterone went, okay, peace out.
That's wonderful news. I'm so happy for you.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty, as you guys can see, I have several different eggs out for display, and I tried to show it earlier, but the black light makes it like super shiny, but this big guy right here is a galaxy egg, and you know, just a little unassuming, got the little star flecks and things like that going on it, but it's tough to get a good angle. But we've got blacklight paint all in this guy. It is a nebula. And
Yeah, I like that.
I've got other nebulae over here. I've got a comet-esque type of thing over here. We've got like a little galaxy action going back here. But we've got 3 different nebula on this little guy. Or on this big guy, I should say. So this is my first attempt at the galaxy egg. It was a request, not a full commission, but a request to see if I could do it. Because, well, it's cool. So there's that. And I also decided to do something silly with the leftovers and did a pour. So, I mean, it's obviously not completely covered, but it looks kind of like something that would come back after you had too much Pepto, but it is also you can't see it well enough, but it is also just completely blacklight, glowy, and flecks and everything. I really wish you guys could see this well. I do have pictures that I will be posting very soon in the store, and you guys, if anybody actually wants one, here's another one that I did with just some metallic blue and red. And it sucks because a piece of it got stuck to something and I had to kind of peel it off, so I gotta touch that one up. But I mean, this side looks good. So I'm gonna be working on an amalgamation of these tonight while we go over our topic. I'm going to go ahead and give my shout outs to Spanner in the Works. Without them, I would not be streaming at all. So thank you so much. You taught me a lot, and yeah, miss you, buddy. Glad we could hang out recently, and I look forward to the next board game party. Thank you to the Tower of Issa. They created my VTuber avatars for Living Dead Cat and Kit Dreadbane. I don't use the Kit Dreadbane one as much because I need to kind of upgrade my computer to figure out how to get it to work with these games. And also thank you Kay Appleby for creating my banner. Kitsue for the digital version of the TPS Studios logo. And thank you to Dragon Panther Studios for supporting me and being a supporter of small streamers, trying to help them get to affiliate and partner and things like that, and also being a strong advocate for the mental health community. Also, a shout out for the Sanctuary. It's the server that Gray and I have worked very hard on. We've got several mods now, and it's a growing community, and it's really, really great. This community is my community. And that's the topic of our stream tonight. It's finding your community, the place and the people that you feel the most comfortable and safe with for your mental health journey. Also, say hi to Jasper, my mascot and my sweet. Has been cuddling with me the last 30 minutes while I get into a nice proper headspace for the stream. Alright, I think that's enough of that. I'm long-winded enough as it is. So,
I ran out of breath listening to you.
I know, right?
I'm panting because I need to catch my breath from that.
Ha 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 ha. Also, hi Panther. I see you creeping in here. Hey, sweetie.
I'm not creeping. You just didn't notice me when I got in here.
Ah, you creeped in and you know it.
That's the definition of creeping.
No, I was sitting here watching on the stream as it started, and when she came over to the Discord, so did I, and she noticed everybody but me.
I
weren't in the
noticed
list
you,
when I made the
Panther.
call out, and I swapped back over. Remember, I don't have two monitors. I've only got the one.
I don't have two monitors either. I'm using my phone, sweetheart.
No, but when you stream, you have two.
I know, but I could keep track of it on my phone. Anyways, go on.
Yes, anyway.
I was on YouTube.
So while I work on this little guy, it's an interesting little egg here. He's got like suspenders and a hat, I guess. So I'm thinking gems, maybe pearls. What do you guys
Googly
think?
eyes?
I don't have googly eyes,
Oh.
but I have some like very pale green pearl. I do have some yellow that might look good.
Yeah.
But I've got two different colors of the green gems.
Those could be fun.
Thinking maybe the dark green gems.
But yeah, no, I was invited to the Sanctuary server, what was it? Got 2-3 years ago now, my Gray? At this point. And I just recently started showing up. It was one of those, I have social anxiety, so getting into any sort of a group is hard. Even if I know people there, it's still difficult. And yeah, it took me a long ramp-up period to finally drop in and start saying hello.
Well,
I'm glad I did.
Yeah, definitely. You're a wonderful asset to the group.
Well, and the thing is, just being with y'all has helped me more than you know. Like, I cannot speak volumes about finding y'all and being invited, because it's one of those where I probably, between the probably 75 plus servers I have on here, I have 2 that people actually give a damn about me on, that actually check in on me on occasion. Much like, if y'all get concerned about me, y'all send everybody who has a way to contact me that's not on a computer to go, hey, you need to get in touch with her. And sometimes I don't even realize it. Like, I'll just get a message, hey, are you doing okay? Or, hey, do I need to come pick you up? And I'll just be sitting here watching YouTube, and all of a sudden I'll get that message because I've disappeared for a week or 2. And y'all are concerned because I'm normally pop in almost every day. And the fact that y'all actually notice that speaks volumes of how much you care about this community that y'all built. And it's what makes it a home for me. It's not just a community for me. It is a home. Because it is somewhere I can go and I know no matter what's going on, how dark it gets, I can talk about it and nobody is going to judge me. I can go over anything that's going on in my life and somebody is going to listen. Sometimes people don't want to, and that's fine, but there's always somebody there who is willing to listen and at least has something to say. Helpful or harsh helpful. Even if it's harsh and something you need to hear that you didn't want to hear, that's fine, because in the end, it's all to help you grow. It's all to make you better. And sometimes just having people to hang out with and play games with, sometimes that's all you need. And sometimes that's what I show up for. Other times, like now, I come to hang out, share my stories, my experiences, and sometimes hear from others. And I've even, started popping up in the server when I notice things, because it's like, hey, these people don't seem to be doing okay. Let me check on them. because, like I said, it's become a home, and I I care about the people here.
Thank you so much for me feel really good about what we built here as our own little and the wonderful, wonderful people within and how, like you said, we do check in on each other. Because if some of us don't notice, others will. And kind of have this chain of, hey, do you have their number? Do you message, call, see what's going on? Because they haven't been here in a while. Something doesn't feel right. Let's just go ahead and give them a check anyway. And it's that kind of care and reaching out by those in the community that we have here that makes it such a strong bond between everybody.
Yeah, I mean, hell, even one night, Chef was having a rough night, and I happened to be on. He popped in, and we just sat and talked, and I let him go. And then he started streaming a game, and we were laughing and having fun by the end of it.
I'm trying to
It,
remember what night that was.
um, it was shortly before movie night, so it was
Oh,
a Sunday. You were popping in because you were getting ready to go to movie night. You just said you weren't doing real well, so we sat and talked, and then you started streaming one of the games because we had like 15, 20 minutes before the movie, and we just started laughing because of the hilarious choices I made.
I have been having been a little bit down because my physical health hasn't been the best either. I'm learning I have rather severe acid reflux or GERD. I'll have an official diagnosis working out later. And my mental health is taking a bit of a dive because of that as well. And the exact same words you're talking about this community, this stream, this server, these people
Mhm.
is definitely something I've been looking for pretty much as long as I've been alive for these last 34 years. Only just now found.
But it it's it it's somewhere where you can go and you know you're safe and everybody cares about you in some capacity.
Exactly.
I mean, you've even helped me with my journey I'm on so that way I can be more comfortable in my own skin, which I am very thankful for. You did not have to do that, but you did.
I'm going to say something that at least one of our members is tired of me saying. I do what I can.
And you know what? You can continue saying it all you want, and I personally will never get tired of it because I do everything I can for everybody. Heck, Kit and anybody else on my Steam knows that I will randomly just, hey, I see you want this. Here's a quick dopamine rush because it's something you wanted. Just because I know it's going to be a quick hit of that dopamine and serotonin, those endorphins that, make you happy. And sometimes that's enough to jumpstart going from bad mood to a better mood. And like I said, pretty much anybody who's currently in the chat that's on my Steam knows I will do that and I don't care because it's what I can do.
Thank you.
All right, let's hear from the chat. Got Kitty, this is the best, or Kitty is the best at knowing when someone in the it will be okay. And I don't want to boast or anything like that because there's been plenty of times where I have been plenty oblivious to how people are feeling, and I've put my foot in my mouth on many of those occasions. But I am getting better, and it's thanks to everybody around me and just the vibe that I get from all of you. Wonderful characters I know that everybody struggles differently, things like that, and it's taken me a lifetime to learn that it is okay not to be okay, and that sometimes you just need to hear that it will be okay to give you that little boost of hope that the darkness is there at all times. It's gonna fade, it's gonna get better. Not always darkest before dawn, but sometimes it's shadow that you need to go through. Thank you, Pete. Really appreciate
Yes, but Peach is very correct in that.
Peach is often correct in these sort of things.
Mm-hmm.
it. Peach is awesome.
But yeah, like you were saying, it took me up until recently with a actual death. I can still kind of see what you're doing. But
There.
but yeah, no, I had a really, really old friend of mine that I'd just been keeping up with through various different means because he had to move away. Found out he passed away. I'd known this kid since we
Oh,
were in first grade.
See,
uh,
And I'd probably been mourning for about 3 days before I got told that I didn't even get this upset when my grandparents passed. And so I did what, you know, any self-respecting, self-deprecating person would do. I compartmentalized and stuffed it all in boxes and went from being a blubbering mess to everything's a-okay. And you know what? No one noticed the change because they were more concerned about, okay, you're okay now. So now you can deal with my problems. And it wasn't only until, I hate to say it, the last 3 or 4 months that I've been able to be okay with it not being okay. Because I just always been in that position where I have to be that rock. I have to be there for everybody. I don't get a chance to deal with my emotions, and if I do, I have to do it quietly over in a corner under a sheet in a dark room that's soundproof so nobody sees or hears. And I will say this, that is not okay.
just remember, you don't always have to be. You can be a rock for people when you have strength and it. But I've told this to a couple other people now. You don't have to bear everybody else's burden, and it's something I also need to take uh, into account for myself because I tend to try to do that as well. But it took a full breakdown to understand that I am not the end all be all of making sure other people are okay. There's other people out there that someone can depend on if I'm not available. And that's okay. And not always be, especially if I'm struggling or if I have been tapped out and what. So I hope that you do find a balance. It's great that you are a rock for a lot of people. Just know that it's also good to have a rock for yourself as well.
Well, I've gotten to the point where I've started telling people I can't.
That's good.
And
Not for
it
them, but
and well, and make sure that they're aware this isn't about you. I just do not have the bandwidth for this at this point in time because I am dealing with my own struggles. Like, I can force bandwidth into place and be a rock for people. That's not a problem.
yes.
I have the capacity to do that, but that's not good for me because I still have to fund. Because at some point, there is no more bandwidth, no matter how much you're forcing out, and you are going to break. And And Gray can attest to this. He's had to come and pick me up and get me places because I've completely broken. And like I said, it wasn't until just recently that I've been able to tell people I don't have the capacity. And I went to one of my friends and they were like, look, I can't right now. I'm sorry. I was like, no, you're cool. Thank you for letting me know. Thank you for at least listening for what I was able to, say. You take care of what you need to take care of. And I move on because I'm not going to force my problems onto somebody else. And I'm not going to be upset with someone else for struggling because that's not fair to anybody. Me, them, it's just not fair. So yeah, I, and I learned that a long time ago because in part of the reason I forced myself into just being a constant rock, which, like I said, was never good, was because I constantly had people coming to me with their issues, and I'm generally good about having broad shoulders and I can take it. But the flip side of the coin was never observed. Anytime I'd show up, it was you need to get over it, or oh, you're just whining, or I can't handle you was what I got. So, like I said before, I became very self-deprecating and went to the point of I would run myself into the ground and I would sit there and write things about myself just to get the thoughts out of my head that were coming in. And even then, it wasn't always good getting them out because all of a sudden now I'm looking at it versus just thinking it. And it just made things worse sometimes. Sometimes it made things better. Sometimes writing it is a good outlet. Sometimes you really should just leave it where it's at. But that's for each person to figure out when you should leave it where it's at or, find a way to get it out. But I have to say, showing up here has probably saved my life. And I'll be honest. Between the moving in with my roommate and y'all, this has
Oh.
probably saved my life. Because Kitty has helped me get the help I need, and it's working. They've actually got me on a way more even keel than I was, which is good. And I'm not feeling flat because of it, which is also good. um, but yeah, it's one of those, like I said, had I not moved out and decided to start showing up here, I probably wouldn't have made it the rest of the year. Because it was going sideways and it was going sideways fast. But, having a community helps.
I have a minor story that has nothing to do with nothing. Just some things that happened to me recently, if it's okay for me to share.
Go ahead.
I was with someone who's very good to me, named Letty. Letty went on a little vacation in New York, but before she went, we had a little time at her place. For the first time, I managed to get the Roku app to work on my phone, and I was just flipping around trying to find something to watch. Like, no, bad reality, bad drama series, blah blah. So, like, what happens if I search food? Food that built America. Okay, what's this about? Oh, the foods that we take for granted now and how they came to be in service. about 150 years ago, during the Industrial Revolution and other similar times. We got to the third episode and started talking about how those factory-made foods were being used on a mass scale for the first time in World War II to feed the troops. Letty, being an Army veteran, sat down for a few minutes and she went, "We use the exact same kind of rations with the exact same kind of coating today. Like, they haven't changed anything since World War II and a lot of this food."
Oh, wow.
You're like, "I recognize all this."
Yeah.
That was kind of interesting. It's like, if it worked in the 1950s, it works now. It's like, no, not really, but whatever.
Well,
It was unique, is that it was the first war of its kind in which people could be fed by means of shipping out things from factories, as opposed to making soldiers force their own, but based on where they happened to be stationed.
that
So,
that fun fact. I like
yeah.
it. But
Maybe,
yeah,
you recognize some of that too?
yeah, having been there and having to have eaten some of those, yeah, yeah.
One of the things that made America the superpower beyond the world wars, best and second one, is because so much of Europe was ravaged by war. America was the only one that could send anybody any food for quite a while until they got back to the fields and got to work again. So just by selling food is pretty much what made us who we are today.
I love fun facts.
I do too. I'm like random. Apparently, given me the title of history buff at work. I'm like, oh no, oh no, sweetie, no. You're confusing random trivia I read off of the back of an ad somewhere with actual history knowledge. But
Well,
but yeah, random trivia is always fun.
well, kind of like work. One of the places I worked at, they did horror trivia one year, and needless to say, I got told I couldn't play after the first hour because apparently I know way too much about horror movies.
I won trivia contest for the
Nice.
there was a premiere and they were showing the original Hellraiser while
Nice.
giving away all kinds of goodies.
Mm-hmm.
It was cool. I got to win a giant puzzle box filled with like horror memorabilia.
I take it I've seen some of that.
Yes. But back on, have anything that you'd like to share about your feelings towards how you found your community of people, or what it means to you to have your own community?
How long you got?
Well, it's only 8, and I got a whole lot of more eggs.
Well, I mean, like with no exaggeration, the past 20, 21 years of my life has been spent doing exactly that, trying to gather together some sort of like-minded band of misfits and miscreants and make some sort of community work. I mean, to the point where I think in the entirety of the time that I've lived in Colorado, I've lived in a house that had less than 4 people for a total of like 4 months. And I've been here for a decade now. So right now, our house is 12 people deep. That includes 2 full families and 2 young singletons. And then also, the 5 dogs and the 3 cats and the 2 guinea pigs and the snake and so.
And I totally forgot about the snake.
Yes. I
Yeah,
love guinea pigs.
You gotta remind them about Chuck.
It's Carl.
Whatever.
Then there's also we have
Repeat.
a spider who, when she was small, got in between our double pane windows right over our sink and started making her very funnily web, and then she grew too big to really get out. But a lot of flies get in there, so we kind of have a pet spider in the window too. And Peach says she's gorgeous and that she's not scared of her, which that second part's a lie. But
I was about to say, I am arachnophobic. I want nowhere near that window.
she's pretty
Oh,
awesome.
Peter.
But as far as that, what's that?
It's a hot hell feeder. I love a spider that doesn't try to bite me.
I mean, like she's got a ton of flies. She does quite well. She's grown immensely.
She's gonna have babies soon.
No, we're pretty sure that males are a little too big to actually get into where she is, so she can't actually get impregnated.
I mean, females are usually bigger, but it is what it is.
I mean, she's quite a bit bigger than could possibly get out of the window, but we think males. I mean, she was a juvenile when she got in the window, so. Anyways, like all of that came from starting off being randomly homeless and couch surfing from place to place and making friends all across the metro Atlanta area to, lots of illicit business that I was involved in specifically to make some networking happen and find out where there might be a use for the weird set of skills I was building, and then the several noble houses and clubhouses and groups of people that I gathered together, some of which are still collectively together and some of which have scattered to the 50 winds that there are. And then, since getting to Colorado, it's been like largely keeping our house open to some people that I've met across the entire country through all the hitchhiking that I did, which was also a part of trying to find somewhere where I could kind of feel like, it would be home. But yes, we've got 2 boys from Nebraska, Oklahoma out here. We got a dude from Washington, a girl from more or less out here, Peach from Atlanta, me from the New York to Atlanta connecting flight there. Yeah, Peach is Philly to Atlanta. I mean, and then all the kids, and that's all just like here in the house, plus all the random people who come by here. But we're also working on a bigger project to get even more people out here and buy just a crap ton of property and build some structures and just kind of have a bunch of people out there and have a way station so that when people are passing through the mountains, there's a place where they can come and hang out and take a load off. And in the meantime, a place where Dragon Panther Studios can make music and make content and spin fire and be ridiculous.
Spinning fire.
I mean, all kinds of fire. Spinning, breathing, eating, whatever.
Flambeing, maybe.
That's
Also-
your special.
Igniting yourself?
Yeah.
I mean, with the proper suit, yeah.
I was about to say, with proper safety guidelines, much like with eating fire, there's proper safety protocol for doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I've got the eating and breathing part down pretty well, but I usually stick to spinning because it's just more fun.
That's fair.
So pretty.
What kind of music you do?
I mean, much like any, shall we say, exotic dancer, you kind of got to get used to any kind of groove. So
That's
Well,
fair. You know what? I give you that. You have to be able to feel the beat and get in that groove for whatever happens to be playing, and off you go. Yep.
and I mean, it is still dancing. So like, if you're really expressing yourself, if the right type of music comes on and you're in the right mood, you can go from metal to like super chilled out EDM with ease.
That's fair.
Oh man, you're gonna need to post some pics and videos on the server.
I did a TikTok recently with just the day poi, and the overwhelming response was that I should do more poi on TikTok. So that's probably where a lot of it'll get posted.
Yay.
Okay.
I need to get
Nor
poi.
do I.
It's destroyed the comments, so I don't have the comments anymore, and I'm very sad.
Aw.
Well, I do not have the tick of the talk.
I mean, like, you don't necessarily have to have TikTok to see TikTok. TikTok videos get reposted on Instagram and Facebook, and you can also just like take the URL and just pull up a website and watch it real quick without having to download it. So I mean, it's all good.
I just need links. I don't have links.
I will make sure that those are a thing.
Huzzah.
That yes, thank you. No, there have been many a fire show that I've been to that are just amazing, and the things people can do with it. I'm just like, oh,
Yeah, I'm like middle of the road with my skills, but I have fun with it. I got the stuff that I do.
hey, you know what? And as you said, you're still building them, and that's the important thing. You're not quitting at where you're at.
Oh no, never. That would be lame. That would be like so many years down the hole.
I know, right?
I'm just hitting myself in the face with a fully lit fireball, like just for nothing. Nah, it's got to count for something eventually.
There you go. Kind of like the first time, I, you know, melt my hand a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be careful.
Well, I'm actually gonna be melting metal. So yeah, the first time I melt my hand a little bit. It's gonna have to be for something.
We need to hang on a second. I walk outside. One of the almost 10-year-olds has a harness on and is swinging from the tree. And one of the
What?
roommates is looking to have her stopped so that he can drive by without crushing her.
Oh, jeez. The chaos that is life. I love.
Yeah, well, I mean, when I say the community, there's a boy standing on top of a big pile of mulch. He's standing on a plank on top of it. I don't know if he's walking the plank or whatever. There's another little boy over there. That's my son and my roommate's son. Then, the pudge is swinging from the tree with a literal tree climbing harness. Like, no need to have an actual swing. We'll just strap them to the tree and throw them. It's fine.
If it works, it works.
Well, I mean, like, yeah, no, community and finding your people is a really big thing. And I mean, there's a lot of trial and error that's involved in it. There have been so many people over the years that have lived with us. I mean, in some cases for years, for half a decade, we lived with one person who we just parted with on like really, really unfriendly terms. And I mean, like, not just one person, like the whole house. And this one person just came to a complete impasse. And it just came like, you got to go. Like, we wanted you to be a part of this, but clearly this is not going to be a thing.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
So like, and you gotta like, and it's hard not to take that personal, but it's like, it's there's no compulsion, there's no obligation to be somebody who fits in with us. Like, if you're trying really, really hard to be a part of us and that's not working, it's probably not going to be a thing that's going to work out. Like, it should be somewhat natural. Finding those people who organically fit you is possibly one of the hardest things in the world to do, but like, when it does work, and when you find somebody who organically works out with you and then they also meld in good with the other people around you, or when you find a group of people and you just like feel comfortable with the vast majority of them, like, that's such a special thing. Like, you really need to try your best to foster and nurture that while still making sure to maintain being the person you are and having those people see you for who and what you are.
Yes, I completely agree. Thank you so much for sharing. Go ahead and go cater to peeling the harness off of a pudge before Peach has to.
Oh no, it's taken care of. We stopped the pendulum for a moment and the people drove by.
Peach foresees having to peel that off of her before bed.
Yeah, no, there was a long talk about you can't wear it to school, you can't wear it to bed, like.
Oh no. Hey kids, how old is Pudge?
She's gonna be 10 6 days after Deke, so like,
Oh, wow.
about a month shy of 10. Because what's today? Hey, God. Today is the 20th? Yeah, it's right between them, kind of. He's the 18th and she's the 24th.
Well, happy birthday to Deke. And happy early birthday to Pudge.
Well, I mean, like, it's like early birthday for, but I mean, both of them are October.
Oh, October. Okay.
Yeah, October 18th and 24th October. My bad.
Gotcha. Good. Well, This is a really good topic, I think. I think if we had more people in here and more people, um, in the chat, then perhaps it could have lasted longer. But what I can do is just turn on the tunes and work on these eggs for a bit. And y'all
Yep.
can talk about whatever you like. Y'all can keep sharing stories.
Because I mean, I've had a lot of just failed communities that, I thought it was gonna work. Like I got with a group of people and you know, it worked for a little while until I realized, yeah, no, I'm making myself do this to be here. Like I'm not actively seeking to be here. I'm doing it out of what feels like obligation now. And you should never feel obligated to do anything with people you want to be with.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't matter, friends, family, romantic interests. You should not have to feel like it's a chore to get anything done. It should just be as simple as, hey, do you want to do this? Let's schedule a date and time. And bar unforeseen circumstances, y'all managed to make it work. But yeah, it shouldn't be something where anyone feels obligated, where they have to do anything. It should just be a general, hey, life feels good. Let's do this. And I found a long time ago that, making yourself do something, unless you're just in a really dark place and honestly, forcing yourself to do something is a good thing at that point, then, you know, you shouldn't force anything because life's too short to make it a chore. We shouldn't have to have a chore list to live life. Aside from, eat, sleep, and, make sure we, survive. Those are our chores. Eat, sleep, and survive.
Okay, I was gonna say I have to like force myself to do that like half the time.
I have to do the same with sleep because, insomnia is a thing.
Yep.
Yep.
There's no forcing with that. I just kind of have to roll with that punch.
I've got a fistful of, hey, you're going into a medically induced coma.
I was gonna say I need a fistful of Ambien too, but
Let's see here. I've got a list because I've got like 6 different sleeping medications I'm on. It's just, yeah, that's a punch that when my doctor looked at me and went, "You're gonna die by age 55 if we don't deal with the fact that you don't sleep for almost a week." I went, "Okay, yeah, no, let's deal with that because I do not want an early grave." So yeah, no, I've had to deal with that before. That's never a discussion you want to have with your doctor.
no. Usually, if the words, death and an age limit is given, that's a bad conversation to have with your doctor.
Yeah,
Yeah.
usually. So we've got some more from Peach in the chat saying
Oh.
eating is a problem for me. Either I eat because I'm hungry or I don't eat at all.
I also know about that one.
Or I push her to eat and then insist that she eats and then buy her something to eat anyways.
That is a good job. Good on you, Panther. Peach, I understand where you're coming from because, like, today had on lunch, I not remembered that I told myself that I was going to eat something specific that was in the fridge. I probably would have just gone and laid down and gone to sleep. And as far as the noms for dinner, had we not decided on what we were making, if something didn't get made, I probably honestly wouldn't have eaten today. And I get it. And it's just because I didn't feel hungry. Even though I know I need to eat, the fact that I wasn't hungry, it was just like, okay, I'm eating because I know I need to in order to survive.
Yep.
Hey, quick
That's
question.
that's another thing the community is good for. What's that, sweetheart?
I said, quick question. I'm
Uh-huh.
contemplating throwing a different color other than white onto this egg for a rhinestone or
Okay.
pearl. What do you guys think?
Purple.
Purple?
I
I've got a lot of purple I'm working with.
I would
Red.
probably say like a lavender or a lilac, one of
What
those
kind of
light
purple?
purples.
Red.
Do you have fire truck red,
Kind of.
or do you have
Pearls.
orange? Mm-hmm.
I've got kind of a gold.
I'd say go with silver, but that's just because I have a personal disdain for gold.
Same. I'm also trying to cater to the more frilly side. I'm not sure if I'm on it right now, but I could.
Ooh, if you've got like a hot pink or a light pink,
I have both in the gems, and then I've got a hot pink in the pearls. Ooh, powder
so you
blue.
could
That's an idea too.
yes, that would work.
I've got a sky blue, gems, and a powder blue and pearls. I could try to do a spiral. Perhaps. I could do something like
Ooh.
that. I think I'll save that one for a later task because
So
I want to
I
make an egg tonight, and I've got 4 different blacklight colors that I have painted. And I have a child begging for attention. How are you, sir?
Good night, Mom.
Good night, dear. I love you too.
I'm honestly.
8:21. Didn't go to bed.
I love you.
Good night. Love you.
you know what? It such is life.
Yes. But I have these 4 colors down here. Very blacklight reactive. They are the blacklight paints. Hard to tell.
Ooh. No, because when it hits it just right at an angle, you can see it.
This is like an orange.
Yep. Goes into
We've
like a hot
got,
orange. Yep.
and we've got the green. Got blue and pink. Ooh, and I've got some Halloween themed ideas.
Ooh.
Like doing neon orange and then painting on a jack-o'-lantern smile.
Ooh.
Something like that. Or maybe some. Ooh, I could totally do a clown egg in the blacklight paint. That'd be cute.
Oh, that'd be adorable.
Adorably
And
terrifying.
I'm not one of those people who are terrified of clowns.
Caloraphobic.
No.
Been to bar, and I'm dropping stuff.
I do know people who are, and I drug them through a haunted house that was dedicated to clowns.
Hey.
Mm-hmm. And the thing is, I was like, look, we're going to go through this. I'm going to be here because I'm here to keep you safe. I am your support. Now let's go through that. And they're not as scared of clowns anymore. Like, if they went to a circus and the clowns went out, they wouldn't be mad about it. Like, it wouldn't drive them absolutely batty. They still wouldn't be happy about it, but they even said as much. And I was like, well, at least it did a good thing for you, I guess. She was still like, I hate you.
Of course.
Because I didn't tell her we were going to that haunted house, just that we were going to a haunted house. You know what? We need to figure out a sanctuary field trip to a haunted house during Halloween.
I'm hoping auto for Halloween,
Oh, well then.
but Sanctuary is more amazing, or more than amazing enough to bring everybody else there without me
Oh,
having to be
yeah.
there.
Oh, yeah. Kind of like I'm still trying to figure out a time for a group game night, like an actual get together somewhere and play games.
I'm half planning on helping us to put together something of a Thanksgiving feast.
I'm
When that
thinking
time
like a between holiday potluck. Amazing. And
Mhm.
Yeah.
throw board games in with it.
I like that idea.
Have to be video game.
No. When I was talking like an actual like game night, I was talking like board games.
Like physical get together, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Would like
I am not going to be a happy guy until every active member of this server has tasted my cooking. Okay, that's my deal.
I will gladly taste your cooking.
Then I'll be happy again.
Yay.
Because I just love cooking, and if given the amount of time and lack of restrictions that, sometimes you end up getting, I can cook amazing things.
Hmm.
Like, I make a really good teriyaki chicken stir fry.
I make a fairly decent chicken stir fry.
Ooh, that sounds delicious.
And for those that can have it, provolone stuffed meatballs and cordon.
Okay, why is none of this in my mouth right now?
Because I haven't had the time, money, nor being party procure and produce.
Mm, so what I'm hearing is I need to do something about this.
No. It is a potluck holiday feast that the sanctuary will be having to figure out a
Mhm.
location. It's a large enough accommodation, so my place is out.
My place is definitely out. Like, I don't have a problem with it being at my place, but yet no. It's effectively a living room, a kitchen, and 2 bedrooms.
Dining area is dedicated to crafting.
Yeah, I think what is supposed to be the dining area is attached to the kitchen. Oh, lost Panther. But yeah, no. Is effectively it's got, the obligatory catch-all table.
That's what my bed is. It's a
Uh,
catch-all. I sleep in a recliner.
by choice?
No.
Oh, okay.
But it's quite chill.
Well, that's fair. So long as it is not upsetting to sleep in the recliner.
Yeah.
Kind of like there's a recliner that I've uh I've slept in that it's like, oh yes, this recliner is all the things. Just one of those recliners that you lay in and it's like, uh-huh. You can have my soul. It's okay.
The
Kind of
cannibal
like,
couch.
the couches that eat your soul that you no longer have.
Cannibal couch.
Mm-hmm. Been to a few of those. Uh-oh. Spaghettios. Audio track not available. Oh, okay. But yeah, no,
Ow.
like I said, I'm gonna work with the sanctuary on trying to get a few things together because it would be fun.
No, Dralix wanted to have another get together that not just online, because not
Mhm.
everybody can handle a group setting online where in person you can have 2 or 3 different sets of conversations going on, but it's not intrusive on anybody else. Whereas you get into a single group with 8 or 9 people, and you either have 2 or 3 conversations and nobody can understand what's being said, or it's just 1 or 2 people talking and everybody else has to listen. So I do get where comfort level with, you know, people on the spectrum, or ADHD, and things like that. We need more physical get-togethers.
Yep.
That is definitely something that we get in. While we'll have our focus of Halloween Fright Nights, movie night section,
Hmm.
there will definitely need to be a night at how travels,
Yes.
because the haunted houses in Complex are all open throughout the month of October, so you don't have to wait until Halloween.
No. That's why I was saying a Halloween thing would be amazing. Just getting together and going to a haunted house would just
Putting
be
all the scaredy cats
fantastic.
right up in the front.
Oh yeah,
I'll
without
giggle at it.
question. Hmm. And then we still get our occasional jump scare because we weren't expecting something.
Exactly.
Yeah, having worked at a haunted houses are harder to go through now.
Harder? How so?
Well, because I more or less just kind of float through them versus, enjoy them. Because I'm spending way more time analyzing the haunted house than I am actually just enjoying it.
Oh, I thoroughly enjoy it. I will go slower, and if possible, and if it's not too busy of a night for them, I'll do a solo walkthrough.
Hmm.
The best, because everybody is trying to get you putting forth their best efforts thing, and you can really slow down a little bit and take into account the special effects, the set designs, and things like that, and
Hmm.
music if it fits the scene, and you get some really great ideas, and you can still enjoy the crud out of it.
Oh
You're not
yeah.
scared as much if you're somebody who's in the haunt industry, but it's still just so much fun.
Oh yeah. I still enjoy them. I just don't enjoy them as much as I used to from having worked there. Because, like I said, I spend way more time analyzing it and analyzing the actor's performance than actually going, oh, that was actually scary. Because the fact that they're trying to scare me goes out of my mind, and I'm more focusing on everything else. So aside from the jump scares or the sound scares, I don't really get anything from it. Like, I don't get any of that creepy scare.
Oh, I never really, unfortunately, got the whole fear aspect of haunted houses. I like scary stuff too, and it's even rare to get a jump scare. But that being said, I think that I enjoy haunted houses even more after working at them, because I know how much hard work and dedication it, the
Yeah.
hours and hours of training, building, and just forming that family and seeing them how they work together and how well their scenes play out and things like that. And it's really cool to see and know from, the ground up what it took to get to that point.
Oh yeah. I've watched haunted houses come and go and bounced between them. I've even killed a washer or two doing laundry for a haunted house.
Yep.
Yep. Just from the way you said that, you understand that pain.
Wasn't my washer and dryer. We had to deal with the dry cleaners.
Oh, nice.
They had to deal with the funk. Unfortunately, it was on a weekly basis.
Yup. I remember one of the times when I came in and they were like, "Hey, we're gonna have you do this," and I was like, yeah, no. They're like, "But we need." I'm like, "Yeah, no. That's not where y'all need me tonight." They went, "Oh, it's," and they realized where my headspace was based on what I was requesting or how I was requesting it, and would adjust where I was to better fit said headspace. So that way they got the best out of me. Because they tried to put me in places where I didn't belong, and they realized that was a bad idea. But it with haunted houses, yeah, I've helped them build and rebuild sets, and like you said with the training, it's more than just, oh hey, jump and do this.
There is no roar when you're scaring people.
No. One of my favorite scares was they called it the face room. And pitch black, well, I say pitch black, it was a black light room. And it was a bunch of faces with realistic doll eyes in them.
Very nice.
So you easily just blended into everything. And my favorite thing to do would be walk out behind the end of the group and just say hello. Because you got everybody from the person you were right behind, because I effectively, during that scene, I acted like I was part of the group. So the last person didn't think anything of, oh, hey, there's someone behind me, until I said something. And they're like, that's not a voice from my group. And then you got everybody from the back all the way to the front.
My favorite was when I would be on the outside entertainment,
Mm-hmm.
the crowd and everything,
Yep.
hearing somebody say somebody's name, and
Mhm.
then going inside just the front area right before they get to it and yell out their name, whisper their name,
Mm-hmm.
and then they start freaking out, and it is so funny. Like, oh my god, how do they know my name? It's like, you've been yelling it for the past 10 minutes.
Yep. Well, kind of like when Dr. Bloods was still around. I worked for them for a little bit. I don't know if they're still around. Haven't kept up. But I was one of the doctors for it. But before they moved me over into doctor, I was a zombie out in the front area. And there was a guy and girl who were just being all lovey-dovey and saying each other's names like you were saying constantly. Well, when I got moved over into doctor, I put their names on my clipboard. And when they came through, I walked up and I went, I need to see you. And I'd show them the clipboard. That was so much fun.
Or the repeat customers that would come through. terrorized every time. Chased out
Yep.
by clowns with chainsaws and screaming and
Yeah,
Yeah.
the people who are
soiling
like,
and
you're
coming
not
back
going to get me
all the time.
twice. Yep. I loved the people who were like, you're not going to get me twice. Okay. You don't realize how good at this and how much I enjoy this. I will get something out of you. I also enjoyed getting people thrown out. I did enjoy that as well. But that was more because they decide to get handsy. Like, I never pushed people to get handsy, but I knew what buttons to push. And it's like, you know the rules going into a haunted house. You know you're not supposed to touch the actors. And like, someone just, lightly, trying to move me away from them because, I got too close into their personal space, I wasn't going to get angry about. It was the people who, were being the overprotective boyfriend or the overprotective girlfriend that I enjoyed getting thrown out. Because it's like, no, you knew what you were doing coming in here.
We never had that problem. With our group, we had, it was what we call impacts.
Mhm.
A car crash. It happens, bam, then it's over.
Yeah.
And it's such a startle, and we get in and get out because the area that we lived in, or the area that we performed in, was known for swingers. And no, that's
Yup.
not the stereotype that
I.
people know about. It's the those
Yep.
that like to the fight response instead of flight response. They're who not familiar with.
Yep.
That's people who instinctively throw a punch. If they cannot keep their hands in their pockets, they might do that. And so to protect ourselves and avoid any complications, accidents, having anybody out. I think we only had one instance where we had to be escorted off the property on their level of it. Anything else, we would get in right in their face, slam a machete and spark it on the wall right next to them. Something to make them startle, but not give them enough to react. And a lot of different hidey hole, cubby areas, duck and dive into.
Yep. Yep.
Lots of curtains.
I loved messing with the swingers though, because I knew what I was doing and I knew how to handle myself. Like, I was one of the few people that if they knew they were going to have someone who was possibly a swinger coming through, they'd let me know and they'd have me within the first 2 or 3 scenes that they were coming through. So we'd be able to find out where they were going to be. So that way we could either get them out or make sure they'd make it through without an issue. And it was just that was how they played it. They had certain people who they knew could, if that response was going to happen and there was a potential for it, we'd get it to happen. And they needed to know that before it got to someone who didn't know how to handle that. So it wasn't like, they were like, oh, hey, we need to make them do this. It's like, hey, if they're going to do this, then go ahead and make the attempt, but do not force it. Oh, it's Jasper. Hi.
Jasper. Away from this.
That would be bad.
Why? He's like, I just want to be glued to you, Mom. He is so cute.
Mm.
And me having never really been a cat person, I'm still getting used to cat things.
All right. There's the blacklight egg. Simple, cute.
Oh, that's going to be
And-
amazing under a black light.
Jasper, don't look directly into it. It is very, very brightly lit.
Oh, yeah.
The camera doesn't pick it up very well.
Well, I can see some of the outer edge ones popping up with the color. Like, if you can get it, you know, right there on that edge, you can kind of start seeing what the colors look like.
I mean, that's about as good as I can get it to show on the camera.
Yeah, and you can kind of see it on some of the edges. On that edge right there.
quit pushing. All right, everybody. It looks like that's it for tonight's stream. His Highness has cordially requested to be fed in a very passive-aggressive way.
Yes, the hey, I'm going to get in your way and tell you I need food.
Look up at the people, not the microphone. Over here. Turn around. You're rubbing on the mic. Come here.
But he's trying to love on everybody.
But he's over here. All right.
All right.
Thank you,
Well,
everybody, for popping in, and thank you, everyone, for sharing their stories. And remember, find your, cherish it, nurture it, make it grow, make it something special for you and everybody within. Because without that community, we kind of feel lost in our mental health journeys. So try to find that safe space. Now, of us to be. All right, everyone. And check. Hey, I have a store. I can say that. Check out some dragon eggs. Reach out if you want one, and I'll get to you with the pricing chart. There is the price chart on the gallery, so you can get a peek and kind of an idea of what you want. If you need an explanation or help figuring it out, then again, reach out. I am available, maybe not 24/7, but I always get to my messages on a daily basis. So, okay. Take care of each other, guys, and I will see you next time. Bye.